Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kaitlyn Dobrow, and as promised, today's look is this insanely gorgeous fairy Halloween makeup look. I actually came up with this look last year, but I ran out of time because I was building this flower crown thing. It's actually more of a wreath because it's massive, but either way I finished it and it is ready now so I can do the makeup tutorial. Yeah, I'm gonna stop talking and I'm gonna get right into the makeup look. So as always, I'm starting off this look by concealing my lids with my absolute favorite concealer by Jeffree Star in the shade C4. So the shadows that I'm going to add pop more on this even blank base.
You hurt me, you did.
Then setting that concealer so it doesn't move, I'm taking another one of my favorites by Laura Mercier called the Loose Translucent Setting Powder, and I'm patting that all over my lid with this Morphe M173 mini buffer brush. Now for the fun part, I'm taking this relatively new Jeffree Star Jawbreaker palette and I'm dipping into this shade called Snack, which is this absolutely gorgeous metallic looking light pink with a little bit of peach in it. It's such a stunning shade, so I'm pressing that literally all over my lid with this Morphe M513 brush.
It hurts to admit that we're no different.
Then dipping into another gorgeous metallic pink, but this one is like a hot pink, and it's called Cotton Candy, and I'm applying that all over my lid as well with that same M513 brush.
Still I'm better with than without you. Oh, I'm on it, I want it.
And I really like layering shadows, so I added another light layer of that shade Snack over top of Cotton Candy.
Do you seem to call in your eyes?
Next, taking this 10S brush by Inglot, and I'm taking a mix of the shades Cotton Candy and Cherry Wet, and I'm tapping them, blending that into my crease and a little bit above to give it some dimension. And usually I'd pull that up pretty high, but this time I'm keeping it pretty short. Then, without dipping back into the palette, I'm blending the edges out, pulling that upwards just a little bit. Okay, moving on from the palette for now, I'm taking this glitter glue by Glitter Realm Cosmetics with my Sigma E15 flat definer brush, and I'm tapping that into my crease. And then I took my Morphe 513 brush again with the tiniest amount of this MAC Reflex transparent teal glitter, and I'm lightly tapping that over top of that glue. And I repeated that glitter glue process all the way up to my brow as well as hitting my inner corner. I personally didn't add any of that glitter below my crease onto my lid, but if you happen to be doing this look, you could add it on your lid.
You don't need to be Prince Charming to me. I just need this to be real.
Next, to start off the wing, I'm taking this Laura Mercier angled eyeliner brush, dipped in some of that Jeffree Star concealer again, and I'm pretty much just drawing out my wing with that. And my wing isn't like fully a wing, I guess you could say. It's more like swiped out. It doesn't have an end to it or a point. And once my wing shape was looking good, I took that Sigma flat definer brush again with a lot of that amazingly bright yellow shade called Wow. And I'm really just packing that over the concealed wing area. And also I'm wisping that edge out, or that end out. Then just to define that wing and wisp out the pink as well, I took this tiny lip brush with that shade Cotton Candy on it, and I carefully applied that shadow right above the yellow shadow. And then just to soften up those harsh lines on the wisp out area, I quickly and lightly blended that outwards with this clean Makeup Forever 242 large blending brush. Now that looks sick, I'm going to take this CoverGirl Full Lash Bloom mascara, and I'm applying that to my upper and lower lashes. Now moving on from the relatively finished eyes, I want as much glow and glitter on my face as possible. So I'm taking this Jeffree Star Liquid Frost highlighter in the shade Ice Queen, and I'm applying that all over my face and going down my neck with this Sigma Duo Fiber Powder Blush Brush. Next, to even out my skin tone, I'm taking this Marc Jacobs Shameless Youthful Look 24-Hour Foundation in the shade Light Y210 with this Real Techniques Expert Foundation Brush, and I'm applying that all over my face and dragging that down my neck. Next, to highlight and conceal my face, I'm taking that Jeffree Star concealer again, and I'm applying that under my eyes, to the middle of my forehead, down my nose, and in the middle of my chin.
We run and go still every time, whatever it is.
And of course, I have to set everything, so I'm applying that Laura Mercier Loose Translucent Setting Powder all over my face.
'Cause it ain't hard to forgive when you know what it's like. That's why I'm better with than without you. Oh.
Then, to bring some color and dimension back into my face, I'm taking this Fenty Beauty Sunstalker bronzer in the shade Private Island with a random powder brush, and I'm applying this gorgeous product to my temples, cheeks, my jawline, and then did a quick blend over my whole face with no extra product on it, so everything blends together and looks a little bit more natural. Natural as it can look. And when I think of fairies, I think of super pink cheeks, so I'm taking this random blush brush, I think, in the shades Bubblegum and Cotton Candy from that Jawbreaker palette, and I'm adding that to the tops of my cheeks and up my temples. And it ended up looking pretty sunburnt, so I'm taking a good amount of that loose translucent setting powder, and I'm really pressing that on to the blushed sunburnt areas. And I still had some super pink areas, but that's okay. Now, to add some warmth and structure to my nose, I'm taking the Sephora Pro Airbrush Crease Brush, mainly dipped into that Sunstalker bronzer, but I'm also adding some of that bubblegum shade and a dash of that cotton candy shade. And I'm adding that to the upper sides of my nose, up to my eyebrow area, and under and a little bit on the tip of my nose. Then I blended that out with that random powder brush. Then for my glow, I did a couple different things. I first added that shade Snack to the top of my cheeks and the apple of my cheeks, and it was pretty, but I was wanting more of like a beaming glitter look, so then I took some of this Fenty Beauty Diamond Bomb highlighter in the shade How Many Carats, and again added that to my cheeks, but it really wasn't beaming. It was glittery, but it wasn't beaming. I figured before I put that product away, I'll add this all over my face. Then I saw that translucent teal glitter, and I was thinking maybe, but it might chunk up, I don't really know, but I ended up doing it anyways. And it turned out to be exactly what I was looking for. So stunning and absolutely perfect. So I added a tiny bit of that glitter glue that I used previously in the video to the tops of my cheeks and apples on my cheeks. Then I put a very thin, tiny coat of that glitter over top of that glue, and of course repeated those steps on my temples, tip of my nose, middle of my chin, and the outline of my upper lip line and Cupid's bow. And then sadly my camera died, so I am going to show you guys what I did. It really wasn't too much more, but I apologize for the inconvenience. So I'm taking my Inglot 10S brush again, and I dipped into a little bit, well, more than a little bit, of that shade called Soap, and I'm applying that as close to my lower lash line as possible, just for now, because eventually I don't care how far it goes down. And then of course, just like everything else on the lid, I wanted to swipe that out. Perfect. Next, I'm going to dip into that shade called Brain Freeze. Really not a whole lot of it. I just need this to help blend out the edges a little bit, help pull it down some. And I forgot to say this, but in the inner corner, I'm not following that like circle lower lash line. Again, I'm kind of like stopping right here, and I'm not going all the way in. I just kind of let it continue that line, so it looks kind of sweeped like everything else. Then I took more of that glitter glue and that teal translucent glitter, and I pretty much just added that into this inner corner right here and bringing it up too. Then I'm taking this Kitty Cat gloss in the shade Candy Cat. I pretty much just added that, not a whole lot. So that's a super cute shade. Then to top off my lips and to add more glitter, I am taking this Urban Decay Hi-Fi Shine lip gloss in the shade Fireball. And I pretty much just saturated my lips with that. It's super cute. And this Urban Decay one actually has like a minty flavor to it. Not flavor, feel. And yeah, that's how I finished off this look. Before I leave, I forgot to mention the ears that I was wearing. The ears and the glue will be linked down below if you are interested in getting it. If you do get the ears, I suggest applying foundation and bronzer and blush to the ears to make it fit your skin tone, because just blush and bronzer did not cut it. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this fairy Halloween makeup look. If you guys want a, I guess, tutorial on how I created that giant flower crown wreath thing, just let me know down in the comments. I hope you guys have so much fun this Halloween and stay safe. I'll see you guys very soon, and I love you guys so much. Bye!